Welcome. I'm so honored to have this opportunity to welcome every one of you who are joining us today from so many different places, as we saw in the Slack community, for this very special event. I'm here at home in the Northeast. I live in New Jersey, and we're just starting to get the first signs of real autumn weather. Fall's my favorite season, and so that's very welcome for me. Wherever you may be right now, I hope that you're safe. I hope that you're healthy. As we are now entering the second autumn of this pandemic journey, as I like to call it. For me and the PhotoShelter team, there's a bit of excitement in the air, and it's for a whole bunch of reasons, a few of which I'm going to share with you today. One of those reasons is that we are just beginning our return to our Manhattan headquarters, our New York City office, starting next week. So we are officially reopening the office next week. As you saw, Jeremy is actually there today, kind of warming it up for us. So team members that are able to do so will be returning on a more limited basis than in the past, of course. And I'll be honest, I cannot wait for that opportunity to get everybody back together again, to collaborate face-to-face with my team at PhotoShelter. It does feel like, at least where we are, and I recognize that so many people are still battling their way through the pandemic. But it does feel like we're beginning to turn the page to a fresh chapter in this pandemic journey. And so we're starting to entertain these thoughts of what yet another new normal will look like as we can gather again together in our office in New York. And that's going to be pretty special. We've been managing our way through. We've been managing to be productive, and we've been managing to be innovative through the pandemic, but I still believe that nothing beats getting back together in the office and being able to see each other and connect one-on-one and as a team. But I tell you what, thanks to the twists and the turns that life has taken while we managed through the pandemic, we've found a whole bunch of silver linings. And you know, these wonderful summits that we do are one of them. Gathering brands together, our community, those that use PhotoShelter for brands, and our extended community of brands that just like our content and appreciate the knowledge that we share. These summits have become one very special way to connect with the community. And we've been doing them more and more regularly lately. And I genuinely don't see that changing anytime soon. What we have come to believe is that the summits are truly a natural extension of our own mission, which is to help creative people thrive. I know that we do that with our software platform, and we don't just stop there. The PhotoShelter way is to provide a constant stream of knowledge to our community. That's through our blog, that's through the webinars that we do that are smaller, more one-off webinars, that's through our Slack community, and certainly our newsletters, which I hope you've signed up for. And we do that so you can learn and become more successful with our tools. It certainly doesn't just stop with the software that we provide. We actually see this as our significant responsibility to this community. So to help us do that, we are so lucky to be able to bring together some of the incredible storytellers, the marketers, the designers, the photographers, the videographers that use our tools. And so many of them have a very similar ethos. They share that ethos that we have the responsibility to kind of give back into the community. And they're always willing to dedicate their time to share with this broader community, not just how they use our tools, but how they've taken very innovative steps and huge leaps forward in their own approach to producing content, to managing and distributing that content, and of course, to connecting with their audience. Hearing from them through opportunities like this at our summit is truly a gift. And today's agenda is packed with exactly that. If you can stay for the full day, I encourage you to do so. Every single session has something powerful to offer you if you're currently thinking about how to bring more innovation to your own content operations. I promise that you'll be inspired by Brad Cooper, who speaks directly after me. You'll hear his story of how the Free Wheelchair Mission uses their content to build audience, to grow awareness, and also to raise funds. Later on, you'll hear from Billy Weiss and Matty Malhotra from the Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox consistently amaze me, although I'm a Yankee fan, and I'll admit that. The Red Sox always find new and innovative ways to use their visual content, not only to excite and engage with the fans, but also to generate revenue for their team. So I hope you'll be inspired by their story and what they're doing to really push the boundaries of where visual content can be employed. You'll also hear from Stanley Leary. Stanley's at Chick-fil-A. Stanley happens to be the very last client that I had lunch with right before the pandemic swooped in on a visit to Atlanta. You'll be amazed at the ways that Stanley and the team at Chick-fil-A are using their PhotoShelter dam to serve the needs of so many different stakeholders throughout their enormous enterprise. And it may also open your eyes, as a matter of fact, to the extended role that visual content strategy can play throughout your organization. The variety of stakeholders that need access to visual content to be successful at their jobs just keeps growing and growing and growing. We're also very lucky today to be joined by some of our partners at both Greenfly and Slate teams. Each of them have brought a whole bunch of additional speakers, fabulously innovative storytellers, to our event as well, like the folks from the World Surf League, who I'm excited to hear from later on as well. And there's so many more. My hope for you today is that as you listen, as you take notes, as you think about what the speakers are saying, I want you to keep one big question on your mind. And I often say this, it's what is my version of that? And I don't care if you're listening to a consumer brand, a B2B marketer, a small university, a nonprofit organization, a sports team, or a sports league. But they're all innovating in unique ways. And I'd love for you to think about how you can apply what they're doing to your job and to enable you to be more successful. And I hope you'll extend that, not just in thinking, but wander on over to our Slack community, where we are having consistent dialogue throughout the day. And I hope you'll participate there with us as well. Before we get into the major sessions of the day, I do have one very big announcement to make. We have some amazing news to share from PhotoShelter. And this community attending this event gets to be the first to know about it before it hits the newswires. As of early this week, PhotoShelter has partnered with Clearhaven Partners, a software-focused investment firm that's based in Boston, to help accelerate our next stage of growth and innovation. Through Clearhaven, we have secured a significant growth equity investment. Here at PhotoShelter, we have enormous ambitions to achieve greatness as a company, and we have more work to do to fulfill our desire to become the central nervous system for how brands communicate visually. This new partnership with Clearhaven will enable us to do exactly that. After a highly competitive process, we chose Clearhaven, and Clearhaven chose PhotoShelter, actually, because there's an incredible fit. We love their model of how they partner closely with management. They provide awesome strategic guidance that I believe PhotoShelter needs to help grow and serve our community even better as we get more sophisticated, our community gets larger, and we execute better to deliver on our promise to our customers. Their perspective will be incredibly valuable, as we have now become a business that serves over 1,300 brands and over 80,000 professional photographers. The opportunity that I see for PhotoShelter has never been stronger, and the folks at Clearhaven, they see that as well. There are tremendous market trends and pain points that we help solve for. So many of you who are attending today, you're our customers, and you know exactly that. Given the nonstop growth in content consumption, content production, and collaboration. Clearhaven's capital, as well as their experience, can help us grow upon our leading brand name in this business, our strong product platform that we deliver to you, and this unbelievable community of marquee brands and customers that make up the world's greatest visual storytellers. So what does this mean to you? To PhotoShelter's customers and our broader community, I can promise exactly this. More of what you love and have come to expect from PhotoShelter We will continue to do exactly that, and you should expect us to do it better. We expect to continue innovating across every single node in the journey that content takes throughout your organization. Every single person that touches content in your organization, we want to make their lives easier. We want to make it more effortless to collaborate and to access and to distribute and communicate with visual content than ever before. We want to be the rock solid, reliable partner that's injecting more productivity, more efficiency, more creativity, and yes, even more revenue into your visual storytelling efforts. You can expect exactly that from us: more innovation, more ease of use, and certainly a deepening partnership with the team here at PhotoShelter. And much of this is thanks to our new relationship with Clearhaven Partners. So on that note, I'd love to circle back to today's event. I'm so excited to welcome you to 2021 Vision, the Innovation Summit by PhotoShelter.